Alright, hello everyone, it's Sushi, or Nick as some of you know me if you watch my stream. I decided to make a video talking about how to get to a decently high range with a really small amount of money put into the game, just to make the rest of the climb up that much more comfortable. Because as everyone who's played Maplestory knows, playing this game with absolutely no funding hurts, and it's the fucking struggle. Um, I'm not going to make a guide on how to do it from nothing, because I've never personally done it that way since the beginning of Maplestory. The first couple patches I played as a noob, but eventually once like meso sites and shit like that came out, I always had friends that bought mesos and gave me gear and stuff like that. I only played this game for like the first very few release versions, unfunded. Um, but I get asked a lot during my stream in chat how to become funded with like X amount of money. Like, hey Nick, I have $200, or hey Nick, I have 30 bill. Like, what's the best way I can spend my money to get the most out of my money? And so that's what this video is going to be about. As some of you know, on the 25th of May, I finally achieved 2 mil on my Night Lord and Bara. And I'm really fucking excited about that. I didn't think it would come nearly this fast. But because of all the better Maple bullshit that Nexon put into this game, it's actually a lot cheaper. Spell tracing, star forcing, all those great mechanics that Nexon put into their game over the past couple months have made this game so much less pay to win. Or pay for convenience at least. I feel like you still have to put a little bit of money in it just for the like ultimate convenience of not having to work from nothing. But you can definitely get to a point and then work your way up completely off of the game at this point. I think that's really cool. Because it hasn't been like that in Maplestory for a very long time. For those of you that are wondering, I hit 2 mil having spent 215k NX on cubing or superior shielding wards for my tyrants to get them to 7 stars. So the cubes that I bought and the shields that I bought came out to about 215k NX. And then I had personally either sold NX or bought mesos for PayPal and used about $300 USD. So total that comes out to around $500. And around $500 for a 2 mil range is unheard of to me. That's super cheap. Just to give you guys a little bit of perspective, my old Sushi, the DRK in Scania, 2 mil hitting cap on that class was about 1.5 grand in sellable gear. That's not counting the heart, that's not counting the emblem work, that's not counting the rings that were untradeable, that's not counting the Sweetwater that was on it. Just purely the sellable equips were 1.5 grand for the DRK. And then for my Blaze Wizard Comet, the sellable equips went out to about 2.1 grand. And then adding on the unsellables, my whole funding on that character was probably around 2.5 grand to get 2 mil and be able to have enough range to get 5-minute dojos, solo any boss in the game, and stuff like that. So $500 to hit 2 mil. I mean, I don't cap yet, but I'm damn close on bosses that don't have PDR or elemental resist. If I go into dojo, even without my dojo gloves, wearing my dimension gloves and popping like an apple and stuff like that, and I'm almost capping. I'm so close, hit like 45 mils. And then when I'm in bosses like what's one like Zakum, I almost cap, stuff like that. Cap with showdown on most bosses. So I mean, it's such a high range for so cheap compared to my past experiences. And this is without getting like super lucky. I mean, I definitely got lucky with my cubes. I'm not gonna lie about that. I got lucky with the deals I found my gear for. I was blessed to have the help of some of my donators, some of my friends. My friends definitely helped make the link skill grind 10 times easier. So shout out to Matt, Julie, Yvonne, Tyler. You guys are the reason why I'm here today, and you guys are the reason why I'm even in Barra. So thank you. But yeah, let's get this started. I did a little bit of kind of guesstimating math, and what I came out to is the most comfortable amount of money to put into this, or the lowest amount of money to put into this game to be able to play it comfortably and do your dailies comfortably and grind comfortably and be able to work up from a point at an efficient rate. You need to put either, depending on how good you get your deals and how lucky you are, about $160 to $200 into this game. And at the current ratio of 1 to 8 in Barra for PayPal to mesos, that's 20 to 25 bill. And I'm going to go over what you're going to spend that money on and what the kind of ranges are for each of the things. So I'm going to start off with first the free things, unless of course you don't have character slots, in which case it is definitely not free. Character slots are pretty fucking expensive for some reason. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get a small list of link skills. I'm not even done with all of my link skills. I haven't even started character carding, any of that bullshit. I made the links that I wanted to make before I made my character, and that's all I have up to this point. So the ones that I would recommend making is Kana, definitely. 10% fucking damage is beautiful, and it helps with all of your links thereafter. So you gotta get your Kana link, and then you're gonna get your DA link, which is also 10% damage. And then I would move over to Merc for the 15% additional EXP. That's gonna help on all your future links and on your main character. Xenon's Hybrid Logic for 10% all stats. 10% all stats is always good to have. I have Iron Will personally, just because I wanted like a palette cleanser class. I really like leveling up Kaisers, and it's easy, and you know, Night Lords, they're not the tankiest of classes, so the 15% max HP, I feel the difference with it. It helps a lot, so I don't get one shot by everything. And then definitely a main important one that you have to get is Phantom Instinct. 15% crit rate at 120 is, in my opinion, the best link skill in this game. So just to recap over that, Phantom, Merc, DA, Kana, and Xenon are your base 5. Other than these ones, Hayato is good, Cannoneer is good, DS is good, Lumi is good, Beast Tamer is great, and yeah. Those would be my top next ones to do, and definitely what I'm going to do when Beast Tamer comes out and whenever I get the time to finish my links up. Alright, so that's links, that's all the free stuff. Now we're going to get to where we're spending our money. So, first of all, at the moment I would recommend not selling NX. I would recommend buying it off of Gamersoul or friends in game or people that you can trust. For at least 1 to 8. If it's cheaper than 1 to 8, grab it as you can. Let's see here. Alright, the first thing we're going to start with is when you get your mesos in game, you get your 16 or your 20 to 25 bill. And of course, getting more than 20 to 25 bill is just going to make everything that much easier and that much faster. But I would definitely, no matter how much money you're going to put into the game, I would definitely recommend starting with this. Getting these things done, getting this 20 to 25 bill spent like this, and then splurging on your extra things for cubes, for maybe bypassing things. If like you see like a really good deal in FM for a perfected item, but you could have made it a little bit cheaper, but it has pot on it, you know, grabbing it with that extra money, then that's where I would spend that extra money. But what we're going to start off with is you're going to get to 160 on your character, or 130, and buy bypass keys for your slots. What you're going to do is you're going to buy CR8 clean. You're going to buy your hat, your top, and your bottom. What you're going to do with these is you're going to wait for a fever time, which makes spell tracing fucking 15% higher pass rates on every single thing. And you're going to perfect them with 30%, which go up to 45%. You're going to pass them about half the time at that point. You're going to need to buy 2 hammers for each one. Just buy the 50% out of out of FM. They're like 33 mil. They're pretty cheap. There's no reason to waste the 5k and X on hammers. Clean slating is fast and easy. Clean slates are readily available for 25 to 30 mil each, so clean slating isn't going to be your biggest problem here. You should finish these up pretty quickly, and just in a 1 spell trace fever time, you should be able to finish up your CRA if you have the money to buy the clean slates. So they should come out to decent amount of your main stat. Top and bottom should be about 124 to 125 your main stat after you 12 star them. I recommend only going to 12 stars. After 12 stars you have a chance to boom them, and fuck that. We'd have to restart the entire process, and you don't really need to go over 12 stars on your CRA for this level. Super endgame it's definitely better, but just for these reasons, just stop at 12 on all of your gear. Actually, all of my things just stop at 12, unless it's like this where it goes to 13. So why not just get that 1 star to finish it off, make it look pretty. You're gonna finish your CRA with 30%. That whole thing is probably the clean CRA is gonna cost you about 250 mil or less, depending on when you buy it. If you buy it in the middle of Spelltrace Fever, it might be more expensive, but if you buy it in the middle of the week, it won't be. Clean slating for that is probably going to be, hopefully it's going to be less than a bill for you for all 3, to finish off all 3 items. It was certainly less than a bill for me, but that was because I got a friend with level 100 diligence to finish off all of my scrolling for me. Sue Lacings, the leader of Evo Love, helped me out a lot with that. If you have a friend with 100 diligence, or if you have 100 diligence in your world, definitely use that character to spell trace your stuff. After we move on from just the base CRA, not including the weapon, we'll get to the weapon at the end, you're going to want to buy a Tyrant Cape and a Tyrant Boot out of FM, or from a friend. You're going to want to get your Tyrant Cape for around 700, 600 mil, and you're going to want to get your Tyrant Boots for 3 bill to 4 bill. Those are a pretty average price to ask for them. You might have to pay for the Peace Lock for the shoe, but that'll be fine. You're going to want to roll those to about 2 stars at the beginning. Just Star Force them to 2 stars. That's a good, nice place to stop. It shouldn't cost you that much money. It should cost you, literally, it should pass on 2 rolls, hopefully for you. It's so easy to get 2 stars. Just get them to 2 stars just for the extra stat gain. It's really, really nice to have. So between your cape and your shoe and getting them to 2 stars each, I put that at around 5 bill. So that's about 1/4 of your money just going into those 2 items. Of course, if you find a better deal and you have the extra mesos, if you see one that's unique, 3-lined, or it even has some of your stat rolled on it, like it's already 15%ed, and you feel it's like it's a good deal, go ahead and grab it with your extra money. It's definitely worth it to always hit deals when you can, if you have the money to. After that, I would say go ahead and go for your Sweetwater, because that's the next easiest thing to buy out of FM. Just go ahead and get 17% of your stat. Just snipe the market for a while. You'll eventually find one that's up for cheap. And I think you can get both of these for 4 bill. It should be 2 bill each, if you wait it out and you're not impatient. If you are impatient, they might be 3 bill each. But yeah, most of the time you can get them for 2 bill if you just like wait out through the week and keep on owling them every now and again. And so that puts us at a grand total of about 10 bill spent so far. You finish your hat, face, eyes, top, bottom, shoes, cape. You have this whole line of slots done. I wouldn't worry about a heart. I wouldn't worry about a heart at all, actually, for this amount of funding. A friend made my heart and gave me a deal on it, so that's why I have a heart. but it's definitely not worth the money at this range that I'm trying to talk about. Let me put Maple Warrior back on so I can see that pretty 2 mil again. Okay, next on the list we are going to buy 2 superior pendants, because these are the only 2 Golix items that you're not going to be able to get from farming Golix yourself. You have to be able to kill Helix, and if you don't have the funding to kill Helix, then you're shit of luck. We're going to have to buy these 2 superior pendants. Clean superior pendants can go down to as cheap as 700 mil each. So I put buying both of those clean at 1.5 bill. After you get your superiors, you're going to, of course, want to do your own Golix scrolls. You're going to want to farm enough coins to get your own superior earrings out of the shop, your own superior ring out of the shop, your own reinforced ring out of the shop. All of your rings you're going to want to get yourself. It's going to be probably you doing normal or getting carried by your friends on hard or Helix, and just keeping the coins and giving them drops, you know, whatever you can do. If you get into a good alliance, you'll most likely find someone that will at least carry you in hard mode. So you'll be able to get the coins for it, and save up until you get the scrolls for them, and just slowly work on them, just one at a time. That's all I did, you know. You just take it one item at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. Once you get the 2 superior pendants, just go for the superior pendants first. Once you get enough for your superior ring, finish your superior ring. Once you get enough for your, like, just one by one it, to keep it easy, because it can be overwhelming when you're sitting here looking at, holy shit, how the fuck am I gonna perfect 7 fucking pieces of Golix right now? Like, it's way too overwhelming. Just take them one at a time. And in my experience, perfecting them yourself is gonna take you anywhere from 2 to 3 bill in clean slates. Of course, you have the extra money. You can always buy service from other people that have high diligence. You can always buy pass only, so you don't pay them if the scroll fails. There's a lot of people that I know that sell it like that. That's definitely what I'd recommend if you have the extra mesos to do that. But by all means, you should be able to finish all of your Golix for about 3 bill in clean slate scrolls on average. If you're really unlucky, it's going to take you more. If you're really lucky, it's going to take you less. I think that wraps up the Golix. Next, we're going to talk about our secondary here. I'm going to go ahead and unequip all the slots that we haven't talked about yet. Alright, so this should be all the stuff that we've talked about so far, excluding the charm. And I guess take the heart off too. So your inventory should look something like this. They definitely won't all be unique or legendary, but they'll be there. What you're going to want to focus on next, in my opinion, is getting your secondary. And a lot of people are always getting rid of secondaries. If you owl your secondary, you should find at least 5 in FM at all times. Usually some really good ones, some really shitty ones. You'll find some epic ones and some unique ones. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find the cheapest 3-line unique one that you can possibly get. I got mine unique with a boss neb already on it for 6 bill. So, you know, pretty good. Bonus potential is unique, regular potential is unique. I rolled both of these things on them with relatively low free cubes. Aside from the bonus, I had to spend. I used a pack of bonus cubes on them because it had only luck percent in the bonus when I got it. But yeah, just buy tiered secondary. It doesn't have to have good rolls on it. In fact, you should probably not buy the ones with gold rolls on them, just because they'll be that much more expensive, and they're probably not going to be rolls that you're going to keep in the long run anyway. So there's no reason to overpay for it. Just a good unique one. If you can find one that's also unique in the bonus potential, like even better. But that should only cost you about 2 bill just to find a unique one, 2 to 3 bill. And you'll be able to work on that yourself with cubes that you find from boss drops, from reward shop, and then the little bit of NX. If you want to put NX into the game, you can definitely cube it yourself. That covers all of these slots. Okay, now what I want to talk about for the belt and the shoulder and the earrings before you work on your superior earrings. If you go kill Horntail and Zakum, they drop level, I think, 140 earrings, a level 140 belt, and a level 140 or 130 shoulder. I think Easy Mag drops the shoulder, 120 shoulder. And after you do them enough times, you'll see one that drops. That's epic. Pick it up, roll master cubes on it that you get from bosses, and just try to get a line of your stat on it. I still have the shoulder that I did that with, just because I got so lucky with it. I picked it up 3-line unique or 3-line epic, revealed it. It had shit potential. I threw a couple master cubes from bossing onto it, and I rolled 9% luck. And I was like, good, that's more than enough to get me by until I have the extra funds to buy a 15% shoulder. So I recommend doing that for your belt, for your shoulder, for your ears if you don't have your superiors done yet. And I think it also drops a face you can do that with. So those are great fillers. Just throw 70% spell traces on them of your stat and just get them to 10 stars. They're really, really, really efficient placeholders. It's never good to have a slot empty. It's always good to at least put something into it. And these are super, super cheap. And 40 fucking all stats and 6 attack is a great thing to have. So we talked about that. We're going to talk about getting your medal. I have mine anviled to be the Maple Idol medal, but what you're going to do is you're going to do the Red Tiger or Gold Dragon quest. It's the Fist of Fury quest. You can Google it on how to do it. People do step-by-steps. People do videos on it. It's the easiest medal to get, and it's one of the best. 15% all stats, 7 attack. Okay. Next, depending on what class you are, you're gonna want to get your either Adventurer emblem or your Boss Arena emblem in here. And yeah, you're gonna wanna spend the majority of any cubing that you put into the game through NX, or the first things you're gonna cube when you pick up ones from bosses, is you're gonna throw them on your emblem, your secondary, and your weapon, because those lines of potential have the greatest effect on your range. If you roll even one line of attack and one line of total damage and unique on your item, on your item, or your item, obviously, your secondary, your weapon, and your emblem, you're going to be very, very well off. And that's what I've done. I just went for like 2 lines or something like that. The claw has 3 lines of it, 2 lines in the bonus. Same for this, 2 lines on my secondary and 2 lines in the bonus. Just attack and total damage, just to give you that boost of range that you need in the beginning. So let's equip those. When you get to 30 charm, by just looting horntail necklaces, Zac helms, and just equipping them and dropping them right away, you'll get to 30 charm in no time, probably like 2 or 3 weeks. And just get a pink holy cup. They drop from Arkham, I believe, Arcarium. For gloves, these chaser gloves also drop from Zac and Horntail, I believe. You can pick up some 3-line epic ones, and you can start working on them towards your decent speed infusion and your decent sharp eyes. Most classes need them, unless your class obviously comes with them, or if you're playing a class that doesn't benefit from speed infusion. You're going to want to get some dimension gloves. And you can either buy them out of the FM for cheap. They're like 50 mil. Like this pair of gloves for 50 mil. Super cheap. I just use them to dojo. Just to hold something in the slot. And then once you're about like 300, 400k range, you should be able to dojo fine, no matter what class you are, unless you're playing like a Mihail or a Jet. And just get your top 50 gloves. Your top 50 gloves will be a great placeholder. You're going to want to go do the Ghost Exorcist quest and get your badge. Make sure you don't blow it up, because if you blow this baby up, you're not getting another one. These are potable. I recommend just trying to spell trace it or ICOG it and then just getting it to 10 stars real quick. Alright, and then don't worry about getting a heart. I mean, unless you see like a super cheap part, then grab it. Of course, you have the extra money. But if you don't have the extra money, don't even worry about it. Now, at this point, we have spent about 15 bill to finish all of our gear up to this point. We have some placeholders, you know. Um, but your Golux should be almost perfected. You should be finishing it up. All of these slots should be done. You should be working on the pot on your secondary and your emblem. What you're going to want to do with the other 5 to 10 bill is finding finding whatever weapon for whatever class you play as cheap as you can. I wouldn't personally recommend buying a clean weapon and doing it yourself unless you plan on priming it and if you have the extra money to prime it. Spell tracing is okay if there's literally nothing that you can buy from other people in the FM. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to spend that 5 to 10 bill on getting yourself a decent weapon. 15% spell traced, +9 from 8th anniversary, I think, or from that hot day where they accidentally gave us +9s, primed, 10, 12 stars. That's what you're looking for. They don't need to have a done roll of potential or a done roll of bonus or a neb on them. You can do that all yourself. Just make sure it's at least tiered. It's at least unique. It at least has a bonus pot that you can work on. It doesn't have to be unique, it doesn't have to be legendary, but just, you're going to want something that's at least 15% spell trace perfected, and at least unique in its main potential 3-lined. And so depending on how much extra money you have after you finish all that, you should put everything else into your weapon, in my opinion. Your weapon should be the biggest thing that you splurge on. If you have extra money, this is definitely where it should go first. You should try to buy as good as a perfected weapon as you can, because weapons, more often than not, are cheaper to buy perfected and done than they are to make them yourself. And it's one of the few items that actually are like that. Whereas almost every other piece of our gear so far we've made ourselves. And at this point, you will have spent $200, roughly $200, maybe less, maybe more. And just all of the things I covered right now should put you at about 800 to 1 mil range. Somewhere in that category. I think after I finished all of those things, as a Night Lord with the lucky claw that I found for cheap and the lucky secondary I found for cheap, and all the help I got from my friends, at that point, I was sitting at about 1.1 mil as a Night Lord, buffed. And 1.1 mil as a Night Lord is more than enough to do anything I wanted to do, personally. I could do all my daily bosses, I could do all my pre-quests, I could grind in 1 to 2 hit. It was fine. And that's the point where the game begins, personally, for me. That's like the kind of range I would expect to have to be able to play the game without having to suffer through any of it and being able to enjoy all of it. So I'm just going to stop the video here for that part. I just wanted to go over how to spend your money the best way in this video. I'll probably make a video later on about how my personal daily rotation goes for getting cubes, how I use my reward points, how I get my reward points, everything like that. You can see my boss run tonight went very well. I got 4 cubes, 2 Meisters, 2 Master Craftsman cubes. I don't currently have anything that I want to throw those on right now, so I'm going to save those for a little bit. Doing Star Planet is great. I'll definitely go over that in my next video. Since I've hit 2 mil, I have sold some of my CSGO items, and so I had extra NX. And so, by all means, the gear that you're looking at right now isn't the gear that I had 2 days ago or 3 days ago when I actually first hit 2 mil. I've spent quite a lot of NX, more than I'm willing to admit in this video, getting to where my gear is right now. But I'm happy with it. I'm definitely going to continue to improve it. But I think at this point I'm more than comfortable not needing to spend any more money on this game. Aside from buying utilities like Hyper Rocks, Potion Pot, Traveling Merchant, Portable Storage, and just a regular store permit, keeping my pets alive. Um, I mean, I've been at the point of self-sufficiency for a long time, but just being 2 mil makes it really set in. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I wish you the best of luck if you decide to use this when gearing your characters. The best of luck with CSS scrolls, because those can go hell or heaven for you. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope that I helped. If I missed anything, or if you have any extra questions, don't be afraid to ask in the comment section below. And yeah, I'll see you all later.